Hello, I am Wayne Johnson with Doc and Queen Ministries, and today I like to continue on the alphabet series using the letter D. We will be using the word decisions, and the reason why we will be using decisions because they are so important, and all of us make multiple decisions daily. But before we get into that, let us go with the scripture reading for today, and it will be found in 2nd John chapter 1 verse 8. And I'm going to say ahead of time, go ahead and read that full chapter. It's not really long, but go ahead and read that full chapter. But I'm going to pull out right now verse 8, and it reads, "Be careful, don't lose the reward we have worked for. Be careful so that you will receive all of that reward." As I was reading, studying that particular chapter, one of the things that stuck out so very much in in verse 8 is be careful. And it's an exclamation point. So it is really trying to get our attention. Be careful.
Be careful.
And when I talk about decisions, we must understand that our decisions are bigger than right at that moment. I know for myself in my life, some of the decisions that I have made, and I'm sure you can probably relate to some of the decisions you may have made, were not good decisions. Oh, it may have felt like a good decision at that moment, but eventually later down the road, it wasn't a good decision. Not only making decisions are so important is because decisions affect not only you, but it can affect others. I've seen in my life how my decisions have affected others. And sometimes it affects others that we don't even know. We don't even know how far wide out, how far down it goes, how far up it goes, how far to the side it goes. But it can affect people one of two ways, in a good way or in a bad way. And I'm sure none of us has many problems that we all face every day anyway. There's nothing that you would want to have a decision that comes back and affect you weeks, months, even years, possibly even decades later. We have to understand that many of the things that we even experienced had to do with our father, mother, grandfather, grandparents, and it can even go further on than that. We got to understand that our decisions are so important. And this is why it's so crucial for us to have God in our lives, because we don't know what's ahead of us. And we really many times don't even know what was in front of us with our ancestors and why we are in the place that we are. So our decisions are so important.
Please make your decision carefully.
That's why that scripture says, be careful. And you know, we only have a small piece that we play, even though it's huge and it can affect others. We get to make a decision for our life. So be careful. I'm so grateful for this scripture. I'm so grateful for this time because it has helped me to make sure that in the future I am more cognizant of making decisions and thinking about how it's going to affect not only me, but who it may affect later. You know, when you have people that you love, cherish, and endear, you don't want your decisions to affect them in a negative way. I mean, it can be just as little as you in the forest and you playing with matches, and all of a sudden the match gets away from you and it burns the whole forest down. It can affect animals. It can affect that neighborhood. It can affect the people who try to put out the fire. So many things can happen by our bad decisions. So the verse says, be careful. Don't lose the reward we have worked for. When you have worked so hard for something and you have put in the work, the last thing you want to do is lose what you have worked for. Then it finished off and says, be careful so that you will receive all of that reward. We work hard, we make decisions, and we want to make these things where it rewards us in the end, where we benefit from it, but not only we benefit from it, our family, our friends, our associates, and actually the whole world can benefit from it. I hope that this has helped you. I encourage you to read 2 John chapter 1 in its entirety. Let God move through you and see what else he may share with you. Our decisions are important. Take care. God bless.